Farm Rock 2015 rocks on. I am here with Mr. Eddie Trunk. How's it going, sir? Thank you so much for being here today.
Hey, JR, thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Eddie Trunk hosts That Metal Show. He is a self-made man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know how to do your best, if you want to follow your passion, listen to this guy's story. Tell us how you started in this business.
Wow, many years ago. Right out of high school, pretty much. I mean, the only thing I ever really cared about as far as a passion was music. It was the one thing that I was just loved. And when I was in high school, I wasn't a great student. I didn't get great grades. It wasn't that I was dumb. I just didn't, I was just so immersed with the stuff that I loved, which was really music. So I figured that I was going to try to find a way, one way or the other, to work in the music business. And I just decided to pursue it from every angle. I didn't rule out anything out. I just was like, well, let me see where this all takes me. So I started writing the music reviews in my high school newspaper. That led me into doing some freelance writing. I started working for the college radio station while I was still in high school. That led me into radio eventually. Once I got into radio, I started trying to get some stuff in TV, and that led me to 13 years on VH1 Classic and That Metal Show. So it's been a cumulative thing, and just really trying to do the best job you can. Do stuff that's unique and creative, do a good job, serve your audience, and be honest and upfront about, I think the biggest problem now in media is you got to be able to cut through the clutter. Everybody has a TV show or on the internet or whatever. Anybody can have a radio show. Anybody can have a podcast on all these different delivery methods. Question is, how do you stand out from the pack? Now, I'm lucky that I started a long time ago before there were all these other things, so I carved out a following. But today, that's probably the biggest challenge I see. But I just believe in kind of staying true to what you believe in, doing the best you can, and hopefully getting some good breaks along the way.
Did you ever consider doing anything else? I mean, you said that all you cared about was music, but your parents probably said, hey, Eddie, get a job. You can't do this for a living.
Well, very true. I mean, my parents were supportive, but I do remember, and it still rings in my ears to this day, even after 33 years in the business, have a backup plan, have something else that you might be into. And that's sound advice. I don't know what would have happened if this didn't work out. What a lot of people don't know about my history is that for years, I actually worked in the music business behind the scenes. I was an A&R guy at a record label. I worked for a management company. All the time I was doing that, I was also pursuing my interest in being the interviewer, being the host. So I straddled both lines for a long time because I knew if one dried up, I'd go to the other one. I didn't know if I was going to ever get a TV show. I never knew if I was ever going to get a radio show. So if that didn't happen, I would hope that, okay, well, at least I can work in the business and I can represent bands or sign records or work on records. So I would have probably pursued the business side more, behind the scenes more, if the other end didn't happen. But as far as anything outside of the music business, not really.
Okay, 3 bands you're listening to right now.
The new Winery Dogs record.
How did I know you were going to say that? How did I know?
Very near and dear to my heart, good friends, and I'm excited for the new record, which comes out. Not out yet, it comes out in about a month, but really interesting, different record for them. About half of the record is very much in line with the first album, but then it takes some interesting turns. It's really kind of cool and different. So I'm listening to that like crazy. I'm also listening, and I hate to be a jerk and mention all the stuff that's not out yet, but I'm just what I'm personally listening to. Vivian Campbell, who's now in Def Leppard, he's done a band under the name The Last in Line, which is all the members of the original Dio band and a singer by the name of Andrew Freeman. Their debut album is coming out in January, and it's really, really good. So I'm looking forward to everybody being able to hear that. So that's 2, and as far as anything else right now, trying to think. The new Buck Cherry record I've been listening to. Those guys have always made some great straight-up rock music, and I always like what they're doing. There's a ton of great new music out from both new bands and older bands, and I really hope people take the time to check it out.
That's Eddie Trunk from That Metal Show, ladies and gentlemen. Farm Rock 2015. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you.